far from the flashing billboards of Tokyo, beyond the crowded crossings and futuristic skyscrapers that dominate the world's image of Japan, there exists another rhythm of life entirely. A quieter Japan. A slower Japan. A Japan of narrow residential streets where bicycles rest outside small homes, where neighborhood shrines stand tucked between apartment blocks, where convenience stores glow softly in the early morning darkness as commuters begin another orderly day. To many outsiders, Japan is often imagined as a country of extremes: hyper-modern cities, advanced technology, endless work culture, bright lights and constant motion. But to truly understand Japan is to look beyond the neon. Because for most people living here, daily life is not lived in the spectacle of Tokyo's busiest districts. It is lived in ordinary neighborhoods, quiet regional cities, mountain towns, fishing villages, suburban train lines, and family homes where routine, order, and quiet discipline shape nearly every hour of the day. Japan is one of the most modern countries on Earth. Yet, it is also one of the most traditional. It is a place where bullet trains race past ancient temples, where office workers in tailored suits stop to bow before shrines on the way to work, where robotic efficiency exists beside rituals that have remained unchanged for centuries. This is not simply a country, it is a way of life. And beyond Tokyo's neon lights lies the version of Japan most people never truly see. This is how people live in Japan. For many Japanese people, the day begins early. In residential neighborhoods across the country, quiet streets slowly come to life before sunrise. The sound of bicycles rolling across pavement, the rustle of uniforms as children walk to school in small, orderly groups, the first trains of the morning pulling into stations with remarkable precision. Punctuality here is not merely appreciated, it is expected. Trains arriving even a minute late can trigger apologies and official delay notices. Meetings begin exactly when scheduled. Appointments are rarely treated casually. Time in Japan is respected because respecting time means respecting other people. And this principle extends far beyond schedules. Japanese daily life is built around an extraordinary awareness of others. People queue patiently and neatly. Public transport remains astonishingly quiet even when crowded. Phone calls on trains are discouraged. Littering is rare despite the surprising lack of public bins. There is an unspoken cultural understanding that public life functions best when each individual minimizes inconvenience to everyone else. This emphasis on harmony shapes nearly everything. To outsiders, Japanese life can appear highly orderly, almost choreographed. But beneath that structure lies a deeply rooted philosophy: the belief that society functions well when individuals think beyond themselves. Nowhere is this clearer than in the home. Japanese homes are often smaller than many Western. Space is limited, and homes are designed with efficiency in mind. Shoes are removed at the entrance. Slippers replace them indoors. Rooms often serve multiple purposes throughout the day. Futons may be rolled away each morning to transform sleeping areas into living space. Even in modern apartments, many households retain traditional elements: tatami mat rooms, sliding doors, low tables, bathing rituals. The home is treated as a place of calm separation from the outside world. Clean, ordered, peaceful. Meals remain central to family life, though modern work schedules can make shared dinners less frequent in major cities. Still, food carries enormous cultural importance in Japan. Japanese cuisine is not merely about eating, It is about seasonality, presentation, balance, respect for ingredients. Even an ordinary home-cooked meal often reflects this philosophy, with carefully arranged dishes designed to create harmony between flavor, texture, and appearance. Rice, miso soup, grilled fish, pickled vegetables, simmered dishes. Simple meals, but rarely careless ones. The Japanese relationship with food reflects a broader cultural trait, the belief that even ordinary acts should be done with care. Outside the home, neighborhood life retains a quiet but powerful sense of community. In suburban and rural Japan especially, local communities remain deeply interconnected. Neighbors may know one another well. Children often walk to school independently from a young age, something many foreigners find remarkable. This is possible because of one of Japan's most famous realities: its extraordinary safety. Japan consistently ranks among the safest countries in the world. Children commute alone. Women walk home late at night. Lost wallets are often returned untouched. Bicycles may remain unlocked outside stores. This safety is not accidental. It is reinforced through community responsibility, social expectations, extremely low tolerance for public disorder, and a legal system that strongly discourages crime. For many Japanese people, this safety creates a sense of freedom that shapes childhood and daily life itself. But life in Japan is not simply peaceful suburbia. It is also a nation of relentless work. Japanese work culture is one of the most discussed and misunderstood aspects of the country. The stereotype of exhausting office life is not entirely false. Many salarymen and office workers endure long hours, demanding expectations, and strong social pressure to demonstrate commitment through presence as much as productivity. Leaving before one's boss may still be frowned upon in some workplaces. After-work drinking sessions, known as nomikai, remain common in many industries, blurring the line between professional and personal life. Although younger generations are slowly challenging these norms, the culture of dedication to work remains powerful. For many, identity is still closely tied to profession. Hard work is respected. Endurance is admired. Discipline is expected. Yet this demanding culture exists alongside another reality. Japan deeply values craftsmanship. Whatever the profession may be, there is cultural pride in doing it well. The chef perfecting one dish for decades. The train conductor bowing before entering each carriage. The convenience store worker carefully packaging every purchase. The street cleaner meticulously maintaining public spaces. Even modest roles are often approached with seriousness and pride. There is dignity in doing one's job properly. This mindset helps explain why Japan often feels exceptionally polished. Public spaces are clean. Services are efficient. Systems work. Details matter. But Japan is not only cities and corporate life. Beyond its urban centers lies a very different rhythm. In regional towns and rural villages, life slows dramatically. Here, the pace becomes tied more closely to seasons and nature. Rice fields replace office towers. Mountain roads replace subway lines. Fishing ports, farming communities, and small-town shopping streets reveal a quieter side of Japanese life that many visitors never experience. These areas often preserve stronger traditional customs. Local festivals remain major annual events. Community shrines sit at the center of neighborhood identity. Elderly residents gather for morning exercises in parks. Seasonal rituals still structure the calendar. Yet rural Japan also faces profound challenges. Depopulation, aging populations, young people leaving for cities. entire villages shrinking year after year. Japan has one of the world's oldest populations, and this demographic reality is reshaping the nation. In many rural areas, schools close due to lack of children. Abandoned homes sit empty. Small towns fight to survive. This creates a striking contrast within Japan. A hyper-modern global power on one hand, a quietly aging countryside on the other. Still, many who remain in these places do so by choice, because beyond the economic limitations lies a lifestyle many deeply value: quiet, nature, community, space, connection to tradition. To understand Japan fully is to understand this tension between modernity and tradition. It exists everywhere. Temples stand beside skyscrapers. Centuries-old tea ceremonies coexist with AI-powered vending machines. People use some of the world's most advanced technology while still practicing rituals rooted in ancient belief systems. Religion in Japan is often less rigidly doctrinal than in many other societies, but spiritual tradition remains deeply woven into daily life. Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples are not merely tourist attractions. They remain active parts of life. People visit shrines for New Year blessings, pray before exams, seek luck before important life events, purchase charms for health, safety, and success. Many participate in rituals without necessarily identifying as deeply religious. Because in Japan, tradition often matters more than strict belief. Ritual connects people to culture, family, and continuity. Seasonality also plays a major role in how life is experienced. Japan is a country deeply attuned to the seasons. Cherry blossom season transforms the nation each spring. Autumn leaves draw crowds to temples and mountains. Summer festivals light up neighborhoods with lanterns and fireworks. Winter brings snow-covered villages, hot springs as sonadbains, and seasonal foods. Seasonal awareness is built into everything: food, fashion, decoration, conversation, even limited edition products in stores. Life is experienced through the changing year. This creates a sense of rhythm and continuity, often lost in more seasonally disconnected societies. Modern infrastructure further shapes Japanese life in remarkable ways. Transportation is among the most efficient in the world. Even outside Tokyo, train systems and public transit remain highly developed. In many cities, owning a car is unnecessary. Bullet trains connect distant regions at extraordinary speed. Stations function with near mechanical precision. Commuting, while often crowded, is highly organized. Infrastructure reflects the broader Japanese preference for systems that are predictable, efficient, orderly, and reliable. Yet despite all this modern convenience, life in Japan is not always easy. The pressures of conformity can be intense. Social expectations are strong. Standing out too much may invite discomfort. Many people feel pressure to suppress individual desires for group harmony. Mental health struggles, loneliness, and social isolation have become increasingly discussed issues. The phenomenon of hikikomori, individuals withdrawing almost entirely from society, reflects deeper tensions beneath Japan's polished surface. A society built on harmony can also create pressure. A society built on discipline can also exhaust. And a society that prizes order can sometimes struggle with emotional openness. Japan's younger generations increasingly challenge older norms. Remote work, changing attitudes toward marriage, declining birth rates, and shifting career expectations are gradually reshaping society. Many young Japanese seek more balance than previous generations accepted, but change remains gradual. Japan evolves carefully, rarely suddenly. Despite its challenges, Many who live in Japan remain deeply attached to the country because daily life here offers something increasingly rare in the modern world: predictability, safety, order, beauty in routine, respect in public life, quiet. For many Japanese people, life is not measured through dramatic highs and lows. It is found in the comfort of dependable routines. The morning walk to the station, a seasonal meal shared with family, the quiet beauty of cherry blossoms falling on a residential street, the familiar neighborhood shop owner greeting regular customers, the ritual of bathing after a long day, the calm of a train ride home as city lights blur beyond the window. There is beauty here, not in spectacle, but in consistency. And perhaps that is what makes Japan so fascinating. Because beyond the neon lights and futuristic stereotypes lies a society built not on chaos or constant excitement, but on restraint, discipline, tradition, and quiet dignity. Japan is not simply futuristic. It is not simply traditional. It is both. A country forever balancing innovation and heritage, pressure and peace, order and individuality, ancient ritual and modern speed. And for the people who call it home, daily life is not lived in the image the world often sees. It is lived in quiet neighborhoods, on orderly trains, around family tables, in shrines and schools, in offices and rice fields, in routines repeated with care day after day. Beyond Tokyo's neon lights lies the Japan most people never truly know. And perhaps that quieter Japan is the country's most fascinating side of all.